Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning. It's a beautiful day here in Agawam, Massachusetts. A little overcast, but otherwise really comfortable temperature and very nice. I am Hubby with Just About Anything Garage, and I wanted to welcome you to the video. Thanks for coming and taking a look. We're going to talk about one of the cars that I have that got a lot of comments and a lot of notice, and that's the 1961 Imperial LeBaron. Generated a lot of interest. It generated a lot of comments on it, and I appreciate it. So guys, keep it up. Really do that. Quite clearly your comments have been, because we asked in the last video, what do we do? Do we modify it and make it a fire breather and do something, or keep it original? And overwhelmingly I was told that I would be a moron if I did anything other than restore the car. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to restore the car. We've made that decision. We're just going to go, we're going to keep it original, and we're going to go through it a step at a time to clean it up and turn it into what you guys think it should be. So generally when I do my videos, the way I handle videos is I do a planning video. We break down how we're going to attack the job, and then we go ahead and we do each of those videos, and you guys can watch the series with that. So why don't we do that now? Why don't we go ahead and do a planning video on it and talk about how we're going to approach it and the things that we're going to do. So I'm outside with it where it's parked, and as you can see, I've got her opened up a little bit so that she can air out and get her ready to do the things that we want. A couple of features: the twisting buckets that I was told about. They're on both sides. They both work. Everything in this car apparently works. We'll go through and we'll detail that, and we'll make sure of it. But she's in pretty good shape, as we said in the last video when we did the assessment. There are a couple little issues that we do see that we need to address, and we will do that when we're in the process of doing the restoration on the car. Now let's talk about the plan. How are we going to do this? First off, let me do a full disclosure here. I don't do full frame off type restorations. I just don't see any values in that unless you have like an original Shelby or something like that. That's $1 million car. I drive my cars. I don't put them up as trailer queens. They don't go on a concourse to be judged. I drive them. I like to use them. And so that's what we're going to do here. What we're going to do is we're going to do a restore, refresh, revive on it, where we go through, check all the systems, make sure everything works. My ability, my idea here is to be able to jump into the car and take it anywhere for as long as I want, have it be comfortable, have it make it there, don't have it be any issues, have it be a good 10-foot car where people come up. You know, if they come right up and observe it, it's going to look nice, but you're going to find a little dent or a little chip here that I missed or something like that. We just don't do those type. I don't think there's a lot of value, at least for me, in those type of things. So here's how I think we're going to approach this. I think what we'll do when we go ahead and start the project, we'll start with the chassis and the wheels and stuff like that first. We want to make sure we have a nice firm thing to build off of. So we'll go through with her and we'll check out the chassis. We'll check out the suspension systems. We'll change any bushings that need to be changed, control arms or any of the steering components, anything like that. Anything that'll make it a nice, good, smooth, the way that it's supposed to be driving. All the way down the chassis and all the way back. We'll address any frame issues if we find those, any spring issues if we find those, that type of stuff. We'll then go ahead and we'll turn our attentions, after we get that completed, to the drivetrain, where we'll go through the motor and we'll clean the motor up. Paint the air cleaner. We'll go ahead and we'll replace gaskets on the covers because they're leaking. We'll clean up the exhaust manifolds and make them look a little prettier. We'll get into the engine compartment a little bit and clean it up so that when you pop the hood, you know, she is 62 years old. She's going to show her age, but we can give her a facelift. We can make her look good. We can change the cables off, for example, making the red and the black. That's an easy thing to do. We'll go through and make sure all the power boosts work. We'll make sure the AC works. We'll make sure the autopilot works, that everything works on it. Everybody was mentioning to replace the glass filter, if you remember in there. We've already gone ahead and done that. It's a plastic one for now because that's what I have, but we'll get a metal one when we do the changeover, and we'll address all those issues in there. Well, then after we do that, we'll get into the cockpit of the car and we'll go through the cockpit of the car, all of the mechanicals, all the wiring, all the dash. Now I'm not talking about the interior in terms of the leather and stuff, what we're going to do is, you know, we'll pull the carpets up and we'll look and we'll see if we can address things on the floor. For example, if you can look right down here, this is at the kick panel, see where he's riveted some stuff in there. Well, we might want to weld that up. We might want to close these gaps up, that type of stuff, and find out if there's anything else in here that needs to be addressed. Okay? We'll pull the seats out. We'll look. We'll make sure that everything is in good shape. The package tray, they butchered up a little bit. If you could go ahead and take a look in there. They put big speakers. We'll pull that out. If we're going to have a speaker system in there, we'll make it a base driven that we can hide in the trunk that comes out. The idea here is to keep the car as original as we possibly can do it and have the comfort that we want to cruise in it. So after we go through the interior and we've got all that done, we know that mechanically it's good, it's cleaned up, and all that type of stuff, then we'll address in terms of the cosmetics of it. The leather seating, the headliner, all the kick panels, all the package tray, all the back. We'll know, and we'll go ahead and we'll dress all that stuff up and get that cleaned. I don't know how many videos each one will be. They may be broken into two. I don't like to do videos that are much longer than about 45-50 minutes. I think that when you approach an hour, people start to get bored with it and they start to zip through it. And I'd rather have you just have comfortable and then go out to the next video for that. Once we're done with that, once we know that everything's cleaned up and everything's good, we'll come back and we'll address the body. Now the body's in pretty good shape. There are some spots though that are characteristic on this. For example, on the doors, you have some spots that are bubbling and busting out. So we're gonna have to attack these and see what the heck's going on there. See some more back here as well. Some cracking and some bubbling on the door. So you know that the bottoms of the doors have been repaired and probably loaded up with a bunch of filler. So we'll have to address those and fix those. We'll go through and we'll use more or less standard techniques for doing this. It may take some special techniques, and we'll talk about the special techniques if we have to do that. And we'll walk you through it. Now the style that I like to do when I'm doing restores is, I don't like to do a lot of time-lapse footage because I just think it's boring to watch in high speed. You can't see what's happening anyways. So what we'll do is we'll talk about it. We'll go ahead and we'll set up and we'll do things. We'll come back and we'll show you what that looks like, and you guys can get a really good look on it. If there's something special that needs to happen, like we need to do something that isn't characteristic that we can show on camera that isn't crunched with the viewer, it's hard to film, we'll go ahead and we'll do the action part of that for you as well. We'll do all that type of stuff that way. But the idea here is to get it to be a comfortable cruiser where you can jump in it and you can go anywhere with it. Now, I do want to make one point about this. I reserve the right to change the wheel package, okay? Not that we're going to get rid of them, we're not. We're going to take the original hubcaps, we'll clean them up, we'll restore them, we'll take the wheels, we'll clean the wheels up, we'll get the correct rubber for the wheels. But those wheels will generally be on it for if we go to a show and we want to show it as a, I don't know, 20-footer, 10-footer Imperial LeBaron at the show and have people look at it to see what the original looks like. When it's generally driving, I reserve the right to use a different tire and wheel package. I think this thing would look great with smoothies, with half-moon hubcaps, with really wide rubber. I said in the last one that these wheel wells are very, very wide, and they are. They're like 12 inches wide. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but those are 12-inch wide tubs. And underneath the car, it's set up such that if you pick the right offsets and the right back spacing, you can put some really wide tires on this. So that's what we're going to do probably, is to put it for normal driving, to kind of denote the style that I like to do and I like to have. We're going to put 9 or 10-inch wide tires on the back, 8-inch tires on the front, and cruise with that on a regular basis, except when we decide to go to a show or we want to show it off and it's original dressing. Then we'll go ahead and we'll swap those and do that. All right, so that's what we're after. Now, your guys' job with this, seeing how I know very little about the cars, is to help me get knowledgeable with it. I got a lot of information correcting me on the car and giving me pertinent information. I've had a couple email me that talked about parts sources or things that they had from their Imperials, and I encourage you guys to do that. I'm totally open to it. Any comment is fine. I don't take offense at anything. I'm more than happy to listen to you, and I want to listen to you. I'll give you an example here under the hood of what I'm talking about. As you can see, the heater core isn't connected. So obviously, we got to do a little testing to see what's up with the heater core. But here's a standard connections for the heater core, but I also have over here in the corner 2 other connections for what appear to be heater core. What the heck is that? Is that the defroster? Totally. So if you know what these things are, if you see things in here, if you're an expert on these, let me know. I have my email is in the description, so you can email me if you wish to do that. You can make it as a comment and I'll highlight you as a commenter in the comment section with that. But if you know about these cars, let me get the information from you. If you know good part sources, let me know where those part sources are. We'll go out and we'll use those. If you have other people you know who are really knowledgeable and they're open to me contacting them, let me know and we'll do that type of stuff. Keep me honest, all right? If I say, hey, I might try to do something and you think that that's the wrong way to go, you let me know about that. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to change what I'm going to do, but I will listen to you and we will do things. All right? So that's what we're doing. Be a little patient. We got a couple other projects going, so it may take a little while before these start to come out. I'll probably slip this in between the other projects that we're doing, and we'll just kind of take it easy. We'll get her restored. We'll get her in great shape, and we'll take her out and we'll get going. I want to do a shout out to Imperial Heaven, Bob H. Has some parts that I can use. If you recall, the regulator in the driver's side door had the coupler where it was stripped out. He had some of those. So I had one of my other viewers send me an email and let me know that that's a good place for sources. So I appreciate that. If you contacted me by email, if you put a comment, I try to respond to all those. So we do appreciate you. So keep it up, guys. We appreciate it. We look forward to doing the project. I'm getting quite excited about it. And hopefully you'll be excited about it too. All right. So you guys have a great day. We'll see you in the next upcoming videos. But that's what we're doing. If you have comments on how we should do this, the way that we should do it, I want to hear about it. All right. So thanks a lot. And you guys have a great day. I'll leave you with a last look at the Imperial opened up to go ahead and get some sun and get some air through it with everything working. And we'll get honking on this project and we'll see where it takes us. So thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later.